To defy the odds, you have to risk everything and take chances. At Old Nation Brewing Company, we did just that. From an unknown startup brewery to standing alongside national craft brands in just under a decade, we remain one of the last of the large, independently owned breweries in Michigan. Our beer is respectfully brewed using only the highest quality ingredients, and we don't cut corners. With the times changing for everyone, one thing that stays the same is Old Nation's respect for great beer and the people who love it. We're growing in cans produced and fans made. When you taste our beer, you'll know why.
That clip is spliced from me not wanting to pay Jamal Williams. I don't really have a problem with David Montgomery, but that's how our songs work. You get slandered. It's fun, though. You did hear something earlier, and I think it's important because it's been one of the most annoying storylines. I've been annoyed with callers. I've certainly been annoyed with hosts. This whole Aiden Hutchinson thing. And even on Sunday Night Football, I manifested. Stop. You snapped your leg in half. You're done. You're going to play 15 years here. You're trending to put on a gold jacket and be in Canton. You're trending to be the best or second best defensive player in modern Lions history, probably behind Chris Spielman. Don't give me the Dick Night Train Lane stuff. I mean, that's from the 50s, 40s, whenever that was. The point is, I think we can all stop with the fantasy land now. Dan Campbell has said Aiden Hutchinson suffered a season-ending injury. So stop.
So he's not coming back.
Stop.
What you're saying.
Yeah, let me read you the quote from Dave Burkett. He tweeted it out. Campbell says he reemphasized he has a season-ending injury, but if anybody can come back from it, it'll be Aiden. And then Dave Burkett says, make it sound like Hutchinson won't be back for the Super Bowl.
Right, because that's what happens when you snap your leg. So just let it go. Any update on Carlton Davis? I know David Montgomery, the expectation is he would give it a go. Because you had the bye week, you'll get 2 more weeks. He could give it a try. What about Carlton Davis?
Yeah, Carlton Davis, Derek Barnes won't be back for the Super Bowl if they make the Super Bowl.
Wait, so you're telling me guy who broke his jaw and is drinking out of a straw won't magically come back, play 75 elite snaps a week?
I knew that wasn't going to happen.
Shocking.
But there's positive news on Arnold Zeitler and Pat O'Connor.
Excellent. The Zeitler thing, it just looked like hammy. You didn't blow it out. You got 2 weeks. He'll get all the best medical care. Plus you have depth at guard. The Terrion Arnold thing was the most encouraging thing. Mm-hmm. When that happened, I didn't have foot contusion on my bingo board.
No, when they're bringing out the cart, that's when you're like, oh,
and it didn't look like bruised foot. Mm-mm. But thank goodness.
Because players know that level of toughness, let me walk off the field, even if I got a limp, even if you have to help me. Never. I've heard players say, just don't bring out that cart, ever. Because to them, that means your season is over.
So, here's my question. And I understand if on surface you bristle at this as a Lions fan. But we've talked about the playoffs started last week. And that if you did your job, you had 4 games left in your season. Now it's 3. 1 down, 3 to go. But I want to know now that the dust has settled, right? All the emotion of Sunday night, the euphoria, in our case, relief. There will be no joy unless they win the Super Bowl. The joy is the Super Bowl. That's how I watch sports. That's what I do. I'm a bad, mean New Yorker. But my point to you is I understand if there is joy in making the Super Bowl because you've never done it before. In that moment, there will be joy. There is no question. What I am saying, though, is have you come to terms with the reality of your situation that when you are the 1 seed and you have a bye week, and as Dan Campbell so appropriately said, all roads go through Detroit, have you come to grips with the reality of your situation? 3 wins, or this was all for nothing. 3 wins, or it's failure. And it's devastatingly so. That it's all or nothing. Because I'm not, even though Rico was highly insulting in pre-show, I am not going to slander you. But there's no joy in losing a Super Bowl when you've been ahead in the fourth quarter twice in the last 3 years. There's no joy.
See, but I agree with what you're saying, Mike, but I don't think you have to win the Super Bowl in this town for this reason because you've never been there. So you've never tasted Super Bowl success, but you've finally gotten off the list of teams who have never made it. So for 2 weeks, you get to live large. You go into that game, and if you lose it, it sucks. It's horrible. Trust me, I know the feeling.
I've heard.
You know Giants have lost it. Yes.
One.
But you know the feeling. And it's just like, we made it all the way here for this? Are you kidding me?
But this fan base, I don't think they can handle that. Remember, this is a fan base that has treated this team like the Avengers. I don't think they're prepared for Doctor Strange to come down and tell them there ain't no way out of this deal. I'm paraphrasing Doctor Strange. The point is, I want to know if fans have come to the reality of this now. And look, you've got 2 weeks. The best thing in the world is when you've gotten the 1 seed and you get to chill out on wild card weekend and watch everybody kill each other. Lawn chair, and you are watching in the distance a bomb go off. But I would just like to know, has it hit you that these are the terms? I mean, look, if you want to create a scenario that somehow you lose the Super Bowl and it's on Ray Finkel's kick with 4 seconds to go, fine. You can live in whatever world you want. I'd argue that's the most devastating of it.
It is.
So my thing is, you could say whatever you want now, but I think you know in your heart, Rico, not you, I'm saying the people, you got to go 3-0, or this is going to be the worst thing in your sports history. You just, if this team's the 1 seed and they do what you, like for instance, San Francisco rolled into number 1 seed Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers off rest at home. It's snowing and Frisco's soft. 12-7 win. Green Bay season ended. Devastating. Getting to the NFC title game. Do I need to remind Lions fans how devastating that is? You lose in the Super Bowl, forget it.
Especially if you lose in overtime.
I've heard that. So my question is to Lions fans, has it sunk in yet that you guys, you've arrived?
And on top of that, Mike, I'm going to add the cherry on top, 15 wins. Like,
yes.
You didn't make the playoffs and, you were 10-7.
No.
You were 11-6.
It's one of the great regular seasons in the last decade to 15 years of the NFC.
Because what you don't want to be is you don't want to be the Minnesota Vikings that was, 15-1 and did not make the Super Bowl.
Was that, was it Gary? It was against
Gary
Atlanta.
Anderson.
Yes. Oh, my God, dude. Jamal Anderson was the running back?
Mm-hmm. They were 15-1.
At home?
Yes.
Yes. That was 98?
Was it 98 or was it not?
I don't know. We're old.
Yes.
It's okay. The point is, look, Kenny is a super fan. I want to get Kenny's perspective on this. But understand, it's not negativity. It's actually you've arrived. Mm-hmm. When you're a Super Bowl contender, like I'll give you an example. Okay, you guys hate my team or you hate me altogether. Just fine. There was no way out for the Celtics last year. It was win it all, or this is a complete MF disaster. The New York Yankees, I don't care that they won X amount of games. I don't care that they beat Rudy Poo teams in the playoffs. Yankees-Dodgers for all the marbles. The winner, it's a parade. The loser, this was a complete waste of my time.
Well, think about
That's it.
I mean, last year, Mike, the Ravens, you did all of this stuff to get to play the Chiefs at home in Baltimore, and you lost.
And I want to offer one other thing out there because I'm seeing it come through on the phones. And I'm telling you, this is a terrible way to think, people. Well, there's always next year.
Let me tell you about next year.
Uh-oh. I broke the button. I broke the button, David. I'm not kidding. I can't turn it off. There we go. Okay. Thank you. We're going to need engineering in here. I'm pretty sure I broke the button.
Yeah.
The point.
Let me tell you about next year. Funny things can happen.
Yeah, let's go Brock Purdy's
next year.
ulnar nerve.
No, it's not that. It's called Christian McCaffrey's gone for the year, and Ayuk's dead.
Hey, I'm with you.
And Trent Williams.
I'm with you.
Right. So
there is
next year is not guaranteed.
I want to channel my inner Carl Weathers as Apollo Creed. I believe it's Rocky 3. There is no tomorrow. Come on. Mm-hmm. You can't sell me that, guys. Next year, you could lose Goff with a non-contact injury in the summer. There is no tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Do not do the copium. Do you accept the terms that you are the big dog? It goes through Detroit.
And you got to accept the pressures that come with the one
Super
seed.
Bowl or bust.
Right. Because if you made it this far, there's pressure, and you better be able to handle it. Because if not, you're going to be sitting there saying, wow, I can't believe we went on this long ride only to not finish. It's not fun.
It's like when Kenny has too many whiskeys.
Now he becomes fun, Kenny. He's fun. He's slick back here, Kenny.
Okay. It's probably best if we break.